hilarious how I start vlogs at 4 in the morning. Like I'm all puffy because I just woke up. All those amazing YA vloggers out there would be mortified. But then they're only just going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, aren't they? I've had a full night's sleep. Good morning. Welcome to Friday the 3rd of May. It's another vlog time because I'm going to read another book. I think from this stack I'm going to choose Happiness by Aminatta Forna for a couple of reasons. One, the whole urban fox thing has just got me baffled. I said to my husband last night, do you know there's urban foxes that run around London? He's like, yeah. I'm so out of the loop with this, so I want to know more. And also in the comments, the lovely Carly Napier, she said that this was her favourite book, one of her favourite books from last year. And I'd never heard of it before. It's a complete mystery to me. Also, looking up this author, she's really well accomplished. So I feel like I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to read this book and find out. Obviously, it's Friday and we're approaching the weekend. And for me, weekends are not good. There's stuff on and I'm never just left alone to read. My children don't go to school 7 days a week, sadly. And today all of that fun starts. So I need to buckle down and get a fair chunk of this read this morning before the children wake up and before the day kicks off. Well, welcome to another vlog. It's nice to buddy read another book with you. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, let's do the first line thing. Oh, we start off with a wolf. 1834. Spring, snow still, porcelain bowls in the hollows of the earth. Now the sons of these men were handing the land back to nature and heading west to the plains, where a man could stand in one spot and turn around and see nothing but open space in every direction and underfoot. When he kicked a boot heel into the ground, soil, black and rich. Well, that's certainly setting up for a story. It's certainly really rooted in the things I love, which is nature. Okay, strong start. That's good. So I just finished the first introduction, I guess it was, which was set in 1834 or something. It was so sad. It was about a wolfer who was employed to track down the wolves that were hurting the livestock of the farms. But it was written, I think, to evoke emotion and sadness for these wolves that were being hunted, and they get strung up, and it's so sad. So it's interesting to open like this because I'm on the side of the animals. She's moved me to that side. It wasn't about the farmers losing their stock or anything like that. It was told through the eyes of a man who was killing the wolves to get money. So I want to protect the wolves. These are wolves, not foxes. Chapter 1 is in London in 2014, so I've moved very far ahead. The writing's really easy for me to read. I'm enjoying that. I always do my best reading at 4 in the morning. Anyway, I'm going to read on now. I'm back again. Right. Chapter 1 just opened by following a fox through Waterloo. And he's in a theatre and they're trying to open the door to get the fox out of the theatre, and people are just watching him walk around. It's a fox. Aren't foxes really dangerous? Obviously not. I mean, it's just blowing my mind. I live in Australia, right? Apparently we have the deadliest animals in the world. I don't know. There's snakes. I don't like those snakes though. But there's, it's just a part of life. There's snakes that can kill you, that you just have a shovel by the back door and you chop the heads off. There's redback spiders who can kill you that I see all the time that I just squash with a shoe. But if I saw a fox in the paddock, I would run inside and shut the door. It would freak me out. It's amazing what you're used to, what you grow up with. I mean, what's the fox doing there? Why doesn't he go to the green pastures? interesting. It's so bizarre to me. And so many people in the comments of that May TBR video were like, yeah, I got a fox down the road. You just got foxes? Like, I don't know why this is blowing my mind so much, but it just is so bizarre to me. I can't even imagine walking through a city and seeing a fox and just being, oh, there's a fox. I can't even imagine that. It's just nuts to me. I know I'm going on about this. I'll stop now. Okay, there's foxes in London. Who knew? What a fantastic first chapter. That was so great. It was really highlighting the small moments of nature in such a big city as London. I can't even fathom London. The biggest city I've been to is Sydney, so, apparently that's nothing compared to London. But anyway, I can't, when I think of London, I think of buildings. I don't think of the little cracks of nature. And we met Jean, who has built this beautiful rooftop garden and then does that for other people, and she feeds the birds. Yeah, it was a really cool introduction to the small crux of nature amongst a big city. I really enjoyed that first chapter, really enjoyed it. I just have to jump on every time I want to chat to someone, and you're it. Lucky you. No, it was great. Okay, reading time. Much later. The kids are in bed. One's asleep. And I didn't get much reading done at all. Just interruptions after interruption. It's too much. I need Maxwell, he had the cone of silence. That would be lovely. Or just some deadbolts on my door. I might try that. The secret code that only people with chocolate can enter. I wanted to get 100 pages of this read tonight, but it's not going to happen because I'm tired and feel like I'm already falling asleep sitting up. It's wonderful. It's very nature-based, which I wasn't prepared for, and that's my jam, so I'm really pumped about it. There's Jean, who is American, and she settled in London. Finding out more about her. She had a family and a husband, so I don't know what happened there in America. But her observation of the nature coming through the cracks of London is lovely. She's the one that records all the foxes' activities. Yep, there are foxes. She's very connected to nature. And then there's Attila, who's the Ghanaian psychologist. But he has connections to London. He's been there before, so I'm 58 pages in and they have met. I don't know if this is a story of two different people, but I'm pretty sure they come together in some way, shape or form. I'm not too sure how though. He's a psychologist that works on people like refugees, so post-traumatic stress of people who have been displaced. It's really great work. And she spots foxes. I guess they're displaced. the foxes are displaced because they had to come in from the countryside because of the hunting. But now the hunting's stopped, but they're dependent on the city life. Oh, wait. Are the foxes the symbol for the refugees? Oh, am I drawing just really tenuous lines of connection here? We will see. I could be right. You never know. I'm probably going to read 5 pages and go to sleep. If I do, good night. If not, I'll talk to you later on. Hi. I just got home and I didn't take any vlog footage. I'm sorry. It's Saturday morning. I went out to garage sales. I went to the gym. Yes, I'm sore. And we had Fitzy's footy game in the rain. So now we're back home and I'm going to grab something to eat. I'm starving and then I need to read. I didn't read much last night at all. I'm not going to hit that quota, I can feel it. I just thought I'd check in because I completely forgot to, which is bizarre for me. Okay, because I just got it out of... I just had something to eat. I just realised because I just got it out of the car that I didn't show you the books I bought yesterday. I went to an op shop and I bought clothes and books. This is the letters of Nancy Mitford. So, my girl crush, Annabelle Crabb, who is on a podcast called Chat 10 Looks 3. She loves the Mitford sisters and always talks about one of the books that she read, but I need to get into it because I wonder why she loves them so much, and I love her, so that's just how that works. That's how crushes work, right? So yeah, I saw this and I picked it up because it said Nancy Mitford on it. Life drawing. I don't know why I bought this. I think it was the cover. It's about an artist. I love books about artists. I really do. So yeah, that one. What's this about? Common Ground. Oh, this is about, a man who moves from London to Yorkshire, and then he finds that he's not been connected to nature before. Like, he doesn't know anything about it, and he's never walked the fields and all that sort of stuff. So it's about that common ground between us and the animals and the plants and how we coexist. Yeah, this sounded cool. I don't know if it's a novel or not. I don't think it is. I think this is his story. But anyway. Oh, look, it's got a map in it. Isn't that cute? It felt like a big warm hug when I looked through this book. So that's why I bought that. Oh, I saw this Jude the Obscure. I've got Jude the Obscure, but this is cute, isn't it? Yeah, I really liked this. It's a Wordsworth classic. I don't know what that means, but I really liked that cover. And speaking of covers, I'm collecting these Fontana Agatha Christie. Anyway, I'm collecting the Fontana ones. So this was Murder at the Orient Express, and I don't have that. I'll show you where I'll put it here. Look at them all. Can you see them? Yeah. So I can just put that one in. I love all of these versions. I probably talk about this a million times. Oh, I do have Murder on the Orient Express. I do have it. Oh, now I've got 2. Oh, for God's sakes. Really? Really? How do you, here's a question. How does everyone know what books they have? Because I find that really hard to remember. I guess I buy an extraordinary amount of books. I've done that so many times. I'm not even joking. Okay, what's this one? Anne Beattie. All of my American friends will know absolutely who this is, but she writes short stories for The New Yorker, and this is a collection of her short stories. I don't like short stories, but I figure they're in The New Yorker, and I loved this. In the front cover, it says, Happy Father's Day, Shano. Shano. So Aussie. And giving him a bunch of New Yorker stories. I kind of liked that. What is it called? Juxtaposition? Is that the word?
it seemed a bit opposite that Shano would read New Yorker stories. Anyway. Oh, and then I liked this cover. So I bought that. And then, I bought a Toni Morrison book, but maybe because of the cover too. But this is, so there's 8 chapters and each chapter has a woman's name with a different, and it's about that woman as a different point of view. So it's set in a black town and each of these women's point of views of what's going on there. So that's my stack. That's my quick haul. One that I didn't need to buy, another that I already have. You know how it goes. But that cost me $8. $8, you can't go wrong. Okay, I need to cook and stuff. Well, really, do I? I might get my book and read, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. So it's a rainy day today. So I think I can get stuck into this. There's a few things that are going to stop me. It's rainy, so the kids can't be outside. And I don't like screens, so I can be on screens for a little bit, but not the entire day, really. So the children are a barrier. My husband has just gone to the hardware store, so normally he picks up things and then we have to execute the things that he picks up. So that's going to be annoying. I don't know what he's bringing home. And then my cousin is here. She has a friend and they're brunching and doing cool stuff. So yeah, they might come home and I'll want to chat to them and catch up with them. So those are the 3 barriers to this. Oh, and I do need to clean. I do need to cook. So yeah, those are the little barriers to me sitting down and reading all day. They're not little barriers, are they? Anyway, I'm just going to take what time I can. I'm going to get a cup of tea. I'm going to read until Danny gets home. And then we'll go from there. Let's see how this day plays out. Just thinking I might chart how many pages I get read before interruptions. So that was 3 pages. So let's see how many pages I get in before the next interruption. Something amazing has happened. I'm home alone. I convinced my husband to go and pick some stuff up that he needed to get picked up because it was raining and there was no point hanging around the house. So he took the kids and I'm completely home alone. They won't be back till late tonight and I'm going out for a girlfriend's dinner. So I have maybe 3 hours to get some reading done. So I cannot get distracted by BookTube, by cleaning. I'm just going to read, hopefully. I said that last night too. But this is really, really good. I'm really into it. So my Saturday just turned into a really awesome day. Okay, I can't talk to you either. I've got to read. Bye. I'm in my bathroom. Guess what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and dye my hair. This can go terribly wrong. And I'm going out tonight for a girlfriend's birthday. So I decided that a few hours before I need to get ready to go out, I'm going to dye my own hair a colour I've never used before. But you can't go wrong with brown hair, can you? Surely not. Oh, this could be bad. What am I doing? I should just sit and read my book. But I've got so many grey hairs. Wish me luck. God, I hope this works out. I did it. So we shall see how this ends up. Now I'm going to go back to do some reading while this covers up all of those lovely grey hairs. Some thoughts flying around in my head and I just wanted to share. This is a lot about displacement. So the foxes are in London when they should be in the fields, but they've been displaced from their homes due to hunting and all that sort of stuff. Then there's also this refugee theme. With Attila, he talks a lot and notices a lot about the different types of cultures that are settled in London. So there was just this moment where this man was at a bar and he was describing himself as a true Londoner, but he's just flown in from Dubai where he lives. And he was served by a Brazilian barman. And there's just all of these themes about people moving around in the continent. I mean, the psychologist, he's from Ghana, but he works with the UN to deal with refugees and people like that. There's a story about his niece at the moment who's being investigated by the authorities, just about territories and about where you live and where you feel safe. And then sometimes you move away from that, and where does the safety net then go? I don't know, there's lots of interesting themes around that, all tied in with these foxes being in an urban environment and how that has been forced upon them. And then having to live in harmony with the humans, and the humans resenting them, and the foxes being scared. And yeah, I think that is the theme of this book, and I've just kind of clicked onto that. Maybe I should have clicked onto that earlier, but at page 86, that's where I clicked onto it. I think it's very clever how the author is using these foxes as this kind of story, but what filters out of that and what filters out of the observations of Attila are all of these ideas of, humans being displaced from their homes. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Righto. Just wanted to chat. Mum life, huh? You go out dancing the night before, you wake up, and it's time to do the vacuuming. And that big pile of ironing right there. Hi everyone. I did a really crap job yesterday at two things. I did a really crap job at reading, and I did a really crap job at vlogging. So, sorry about that. Yesterday afternoon ended up with me going out for dinner for a really great girlfriend's birthday, and then we decided that we were 18 again and did some bar hopping. And we're not 18. We're not 18. So today is another day of people. It's a long weekend here. So the kids have tomorrow off school. So we're going to just try and get a few jobs done, and then friends are coming over this afternoon. We're having a roast, which I need to cook. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done. Firstly, I'm going to clean the house. Hi, beautiful. What you doing? He's so cute. I want to show you something that just means the world to me and reminds me that my love of reading isn't just about me. It's about them as well. It's about the choice that he just made to pick up a book instead of want to get on a screen or any of those other things that he could be doing. That just makes me so happy. I also know that a big part of that is my commitment to, whenever he asks me to read a book, that I stop what I'm doing. I could be talking to the Prime Minister, I would stop and I would read him a book. And so he's just come to ask to read the book with no pictures. So I'm going to stop cleaning the bathroom and I'm going to read that. I've got this great book that you love, don't you, Bob? If you haven't found it or read it, then definitely do it. I got gifted this book by a lovely woman.
The book with no pictures.
It might seem like no fun to have someone read you a book with no pictures. It probably seems boring and serious. Except, here is how books work. Everything the words say, the person reading the book has to say.
Yes.
So that means, even if the words say, book. Wait, what? It doesn't even mean anything. Blurf. First fire of the season.
kids are outside wearing shorts and t-shirts, laying on the trampoline. But
It's
that wind's
cold
cold.
though, yeah. I'm sure
Once
it's
that
the
sun
house.
goes
So it's about 9:30 on Sunday night. It's been a failed reading day. I haven't even opened a book. It's just been a really wonderful day with them, but not a good reading day. So I'm just going to, I really want to pick up my book tonight, so I'm going to have a shower, pick this up, but it's late. I'll fall asleep, so we'll just try again for tomorrow. Good night. I would like to say that I get to read by that gorgeous fire of a morning, but I don't. I read by my little heater. Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's been just such a huge weekend, and today you think, oh, it's Monday, the kids will be at school. Wrong. No, it's another public holiday here. I don't know what, I think it's Labor Day. I don't even know. Anyway, I have children with me today. I'm really worried that I'm not going to get all these books read. They're due back, I think, on Wednesday, and I've still got 3 books to read, plus the rest of the book that this vlog is about, so we'll leave my library issues for another time. I read a little bit more last night, so I'm on page 90. It's not a fly-through kind of book. There's a lot to take in on each page, and I'm loving that. It's not a complaint, it's just not a fast book to read. So, okay, I'm going to settle in front of my little heater and with my cuppa, it's maybe 5 a.m. or something like that, and get a whole mob of reading done this morning. So, good morning. I'll talk to you later on. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't like flashbacks. Flashbacks kind of annoy me because I feel like it's sometimes just not even relevant, and sometimes it gives context, but then it's just this separate story that could have, the point of which just could have been said an easier way. Sometimes I think it's a cop-out, a way to fill up a book. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. This book is very clever in the way that it provides context. So there are a couple of flashbacks, but they're really relevant. And when there are important points about the people's past, Jean and Atilla's past, they are inserted very clever. I use the word clever all the time, but yeah, they're just inserted in a way that is efficient and is at the right time and kind of leaves you with a few little questions that will be answered. I think it's just cleverly done. We just found out something about Attila. He's been remembering a lot of things, and him and Jean just had a conversation which cleared up some stuff. So I'm really appreciating how the author's giving us context without having to put in the big flashback stories. And when she does do the flashback stories, they're really informative and to the point, and they, rather than fill us in with all the details of Attila's life or Jean's life, it kind of is a story that tells us why they are the person that they are and adds to this overall theme of displacement and your territory and finding your home. So yeah, I just needed to jump in because as I was reading that big reveal, I was appreciating that the author didn't take me through a boring flashback. So far, that's been my impression. Yeah, there you go. Back to reading. Another idea has just popped up, and it's been there all along, but it just got articulated, and it was about how animals adjusted to survive. Jean's reflecting on the animals that live in the city at the moment. There are birds in a park, and they've just nested, and somebody has come to destroy their nests and take their eggs away because there have been complaints that the birds are destructive. and people are protesting that, and Jean's talking about the idea that some people see the birds as destructive and some see them as beautiful, and then talks about the adaptability of the animals in the environment of a city and how they just stay to their territory and work around what's happening in their environment to make it work for them. So yeah, that's another theme, along with, you know, like the refugees that are displaced from their home and then adapt to their new environment. I mean, it's all tied in. It's really clever. I love it. I really love it. And I love that it's been seen through the eyes of what the animals are doing and what the natural world is doing. I think that stuff's right up my alley. We all know that, but I think it's really awesome. Love this book. Love this book. Sun's up now. I have one child awake. And I'm going to put this one down. And read this one with the big one. There's no bookmark in here. I think we're about halfway through. It's really fun. I love these books. Patty loves them too. Anyway, my reading finishes. This reading begins. Awed by the depth and breadth of Bradford House, they navigated its subterranean halls with increasing confidence. They were also learning to navigate the changeable nature of the dual-sided scholar mistresses. There's all these moments throughout this book that just take my breath away. They're kind of like philosophies on life, maybe. I just read a passage from Attila, who has been working in war zones, and he's thought about the people that take up the fight and start to kill and start to rape and start to become evil people when the war is on. And that was really interesting. There was also another passage before about Jean talking about her ex-husband, and it was the sort of a reflection on good men. Like, people think he's a good guy, and when her belief is that he avoids confrontation. He has no ideas. He just talks in facts and in plain things. So people think he's a good guy because he's never involved in anything that's real. That's just two examples, but there's been a lot of those passages throughout, and it's kind of teaching me more about the characters. Like, it's really developing them as people with ideas and with philosophies on life, and they're actual people who have come to conclusions about what they believe to be true about the world according to their experiences. So those little passages are telling me far more about the character than any flashback about what happened in their childhood would. I'm really appreciating it a lot. Love it. Saying that a lot too. I have to document this because it's 7:15 and my little one is still sleeping. Unheard of. So I'm going to move from the reading room and go into the fire and sit in there and read by the fire this morning while I wait for him to wake up. I feel lost without him. Isn't that crazy? I spend the whole time wanting him to sleep in, and now when he is sleeping in, I keep checking in on him. Nuts. Okay, I'm going to sit here by the fire. I just had some chocolate. There was just this great little... I'm on page 136. There was this great little conversation between a group of African immigrants who had come together for something that I'm not going to tell you about. And a lot of them are in the service industry, so wait staff at fancy hotels and concierges. And one of the people were conveying this experience they had where the
guests only eat certain things, and this man wanted watermelon at 3 a.m. because he only eats watermelon and detoxing, and they were marveling at people who only eat certain things. And then one of them said, so what happens when he's in the middle of the desert or out in the middle of the sea? Does he still only hunt for watermelon, or will he eat other things? So it was this great perspective slam of, you know, entitlement and abundance. Yeah, it's very cool. Nothing in this book is just there because everything is there for a reason. And it's not directly relating to the story sometimes, but it's building that overall theme. It's, yeah, again, it's brilliant. So glad I picked this book up. Right. I've got some more chocolate. I'm going to keep reading. I don't know what's going on with me, but I've just totally lost... Oh, my phone's plugged in. I've just totally lost my vlogging mojo. We went for a beautiful bushwalk up through, yeah, gorgeous bushwalking trails. Fitzy and I did. We went and got some ice cream to reward ourselves. Like, we just had a beautiful afternoon. I didn't not pick up the camera. We're back home now. I've done some stuff and now I'm going to read this. I want to finish this today. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Denny and Paddy won't be home for another couple of hours, so I've got a couple of hours, so let's see what I can do in that time. Dinner's already on, all that sort of stuff, so let's read. So once again, I'm needing reading inspiration, so I have started watching Sean's Golden Week vlog, and I'm going to kind of read along with him, and when I start to feel my attention wane, I'll just turn Sean back on and he will motivate me to read some more. He's always reading a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I love Sean's vlogs. They make me happy. Right, so I've just watched a bit and now I'm going to start reading. I'm just lighting the second fire for the season. It's not really that cold even. I'm wearing shorts, but it will get cold overnight. And now I've started, I can't stop. I love having a fire on. So I'm going to read my book and tend to this fire. No, Paddy, I need you to calm down on this. Thank you. They've just had a really long trip and they're spooky. All of those dark shots with torches was the arrival of my husband's... Oh, that's bright. Was the arrival of my husband's horses. We moved here so that he can pursue his passion. He hasn't been able to do that completely in his life yet, and he wants to train up his horses and work them and challenge them and all those sorts of things. And we moved here a little while ago, but the horses haven't been able to come, and now they've arrived. He went and picked them up today. So it's just that moment when something really great is happening for someone you love and makes you feel nice too. So I'm really excited for my husband. Not that I like horses, they scare the shit out of me, but he does, so that's good. Okay, I've got a... Oh, it's lovely and warm in the house. Oh, soup's on the stove. You see it? Looks delicious. So there's a little person down there that I need to sort out. And then I'll be reading again. Hi, I just got home. It's Tuesday afternoon. I've been at school all day. I haven't finished this. I didn't finish it last night. I've got about 60 pages to go, so I should get it finished tonight. But we just got home and there's lots of mum jobs to do. I just feel like I've been a really bad reader and a really bad vlogger. But life got in the way of my reading again. Anyway, I'm going to do mum jobs. I'll let you know when this is finished. Spoiler alert, it's totally a 5-star. Unless something really bad goes down in 60 pages. We will see. This is how my reading life goes down.
This is why I don't get anything read. That guy right there. Oh yes, that's my washing pile. I've had to attend to the washing pile. That's all clean. And now I need to iron and put away. I was reading and I kept dropping off to sleep. I've got 30 pages to go. No time to go. But I needed to get up and get the blood pumping. And when I walked out of my bedroom, I saw Mount Washmore and got the guilts, basically. So I will read again soon. I will finish it tonight. Just have to sort this out first. It's going to be a while. Right. Dinner's done. Ironing's done. I'm eating a sugar cookie. An Anzac Bicky to get me through. I seriously have, 30 pages to go. A little bit over. So I totally can do this. I'm just so crazy tired. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's the sugar. That could be a hot tip. Plus the mountains of choc honeycomb I ate today. Oh, and Doris, I'm on the chip buying binge again with you. That doesn't help either. Let's do this. Let's finish this book. This is the noise that I have to read to. Can you hear him in the background? He's in the shower. Right there.
Black fella, white fella, doesn't matter what your color, only matters you true fella, only matters you real fella.
Yep, there's tears. Maybe that's why I was putting off finishing this book. It's so incredibly moving. Just had to document the tears. We finally made it. I finished this fabulous book. I think if I could give this 6 stars, I would. That's how much I love this book. This book is about displacement. It's about an ever-moving population, and it's told through the eyes of nature, through how the foxes have had to adapt to an urban lifestyle, to the birds who have had to adapt to their trees being cut down where they nest. It's kind of about humans looking at the way that the foxes are living and are either in awe of it or trying to control it. They don't understand that adaptation is really honourable, and the resilience that the nature shows, even through, the trees that are growing in between the cracks of the bitumen. It's all about observing that and then applying that to your own life. That's what it's about. So it's told through the eyes of 2 people. Jean is an American woman who comes to study the foxes and lives in London, and she learns all about the power of nature. She transforms, bare roofs of apartment buildings into lush gardens. So she adapts the environment to enhance her life through nature. And she does that for other people too. There's this great, really small story about Jean building a garden for a woman who's obviously fallen into a deep depression. And this really moving scene, brings me to tears. Crazy. This really moving scene where that woman steps outside into her garden for the first time, and Jean leads her to a tree and she touches it. And it's really moving. Stuff goes down with Jean in her past, and there's this backstory as to why she ends up in London, but I'm not going to let you will find that out for yourself. But it's very relevant, and it's very, very cool how it's woven in. And then the other person is Attila, who's from Ghana, and he's a psychologist who travels to war zones and treats people for PTSD. He's one of the leading experts in PTSD. But what Attila learns and what he addresses in the end is about how everybody's so worried about trauma and about how there has to be long-lasting effects that come from people who suffer trauma, whether that be in war zones or whether that be death of their loved ones. And maybe what comes from that is adaptability and resilience. And those thoughts just, absolutely filled me with hope. There's also this amazing theme of the refugees who live in London, and that idea of, the people that have everything are the ones that go down first, where the others that have had to adapt for all of their lives are the ones that are left standing in the end. I mean, there's just this overlying, this is an amazing book. This is an important book. Yes, it is important. And the way that it's told through nature, it's beautiful. I've kind of updated you through of all my loves about, the passages and the writing. I just read it now. Read it now. This needs to win the BookTube prize. That's a big call. But it does. It is such an important book. I need to read everything this author's ever written. I think it's fabulous. This book took me a few days to read, and I had a lot going on these last few days. But I think I'm really glad I didn't rush through this, because I've been pondering it in the moments that I haven't picked it up, and when I pick it back up again, I get another rush from it. So yeah, the fact that this took me some time to read, I'm actually quite thankful for. I need to read this again. There's so much in here. Oh my God, I could go on all night, but I won't. So yes, 6 stars. No, so 5 out of 5 for sure. And I am hunting down all her other books. This is amazing. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I finally got there. I finally finished. Thanks for sticking with me through this vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Good night.